This video is sponsored by Qualcomm. What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and today we got a little something interesting in the house. We got our hands on the new Samsung Galaxy Book S. Now, this is an interesting laptop because you guys can see it for yourselves. It's got a nice, super thin design while having a very, very durable body. So this thing feels and looks great, but it's also packing Qualcomm Snapdragon 8CX processor, which gives it the ability to always be connected with an LTE connection, as well as have a much longer battery life. But we're gonna talk about those in a bit. We're actually gonna talk about some of the best features of this device, so let's get started. Now, the first feature we're gonna talk about is Instant On. So you guys can see for yourself, as soon as you open up the lid, you get access to the computer, it turns on, and then it has a fingerprint scanner, so you can just drop your finger down, and boom, you're logged right into it. Now, this is one of the biggest aspects about smartphones that we pretty much love and we kind of take for granted how quickly we could jump in. We don't get that ability with our laptops. So with this having that Snapdragon 8CX processor, we're able to just jump into the computer, get into it right away. And honestly, this is the kind of thing that saves a lot of time. All right, are you ready for this? You ready for the countdown?
Yes.
And boom.
1. Oh.
I think it beat you to the one.
I think so. Okay, one more time.
And
1.
dang, you.
Am I?
I mean, it speaks for itself. You gotta wait the 1 second to say it.
Yeah.
It's fast, y'all. If you think about the lifetime of you owning this laptop and always using that feature, you're getting some time back. I think that's a feature that everyone can appreciate, not having to open up your laptop and have to wait for it to boot up. You get the stupid logo in the beginning, you just kind of sit around and wait for it to jump in and type in your password and all that. Combination of being able to just pop the lid open, throw your fingerprint down and get into the laptop is a real no-brainer. I feel like if Samsung's gonna give this thing the Galaxy name, it should at least resemble the Galaxy phone experience where you have a really snappy phone, you should have a snappy laptop too. Now, because this thing has the Galaxy Book name, you'd also expect there to be some kind of integration with like your Galaxy device or whatever Android device you have, right? But it does because of the Your Phone app. So with the Your Phone app, you're able to, of course, access all kinds of stuff like your notifications, your text messages, and of course even access the phone itself. And this could also be really helpful to do something really quickly on your phone, but you don't want to get sidetracked with something like social media. So you can just go into the phone screen area, unlock it, can't do my fingerprint, put in my PIN, and then you get access to your phone on your computer. Now, this is cool in case I want to go and order some like Uber Eats or, you know, any kind of service that I don't have an app for on my computer. Do it from my phone. I'm not gonna wanna stay on my phone for too long in this mode, so I get the job done and get back to work.
Yeah, because once you start getting on your games and stuff, it's over.
You gotta come for me in my games.
Yes, always.
I can still play my games on this if I want to though. I have access. But you know what's nice?
But
You can also just like still use like your actual keyboard and everything. It still just all works. So it just like makes it. Yeah, you can type and you can message, do whatever you need to right from here. So as you guys can see here, if I want to order some food, that is completely possible because I have access to like Uber Eats and whatnot. So just using these third-party apps to get something done really quickly can be very clutch. So when you start to get that integration on Windows with something like your phone, you get to create an ecosystem that you start to see the real benefits of being able to do multiple things with one device that you typically would need multiple for. Now, one of my hands down favorite features of this laptop is the fact that it's an always connected PC. So what that means is basically you can put in a SIM card and pretty much you get access to LTE no matter where you are, if you of course have service. Now, this is great because you can pretty much take this thing anywhere. You get in your car, drive around, and you're still able to get onto the computer, use the internet, so you can watch things, send documents over, do whatever it is you do on the internet. You'll have access to this here. And that is, of course, thanks to that Qualcomm 8CX processor. So you have that LTE connection. This is great for multiple reasons. Obviously, the benefit of having the internet wherever you go. But if you're traveling somewhere where you don't exactly trust the Wi-Fi connection, you'll be able to get on your own secure connection and be able to do pretty much whatever it is you want. So if you want to do some banking or just go on any website without having to worry about someone stealing your information, you don't have to worry about burning up your phone's battery, using a hotspot or anything. Pure access to the internet right inside of here. It makes sense for a Galaxy Book device to have that. It is just the best feature that you can get on a laptop right now. And I wish more devices had it, but I'm glad to see that this is one that does. So if you're like a student who doesn't want to rely on campus Wi-Fi, or you like working in a coffee shop where you might not have that secure connection, having access to that LTE makes life just a lot easier, trust me. Now, I've said it over and over how much I love an always connected PC, but we have to talk about the form factor for a second. So this thing is obviously super thin, lightweight, under 2 pounds, while like I said before, it still has a solid construction. So this thing is made of metal and it feels good when you tap on any area. There's no real flex on it. So you've got a solid feeling device that is still so lightweight and just so portable. Now, you guys know me. I carry a lot when it comes to the things that go in my backpack. But what's nice about this is that it's like the ultimate portable machine. I could just throw it into the backpack with no issues whatsoever. And taking it around with me means no burden on my back, even though I don't mind having a big laptop. You guys know me.
You're getting old though, so.
But either way, it is nice to be able to take something around like this, especially since you're gonna wanna travel with this, since it has the ability to pretty much work anywhere you take it. I can honestly say that this is probably one of the best looking and feeling laptops that I've ever used. Like, I can wholeheartedly say that. Would you agree, Ari? Like, based on the design?
That, yeah. I feel like other thin laptops we've had felt flimsy, so you kind of like, you know, compromise in one area, but
not with this. Because like I said, solid construction, super lightweight and portable, and you still have ports. Like, you still have 2 USB-C ports on each side. Well, 1 on each side, you get 2 in total. So you'll still get everything that you need to in terms of ports. So if you are a student, throwing this thing into the backpack is going to be super nice and simple, not gonna weigh you down at all. And even if you're not a student, if you're just somebody who needs to take their laptop with them to get work done wherever they may be, this is going to be one of the best options that you can look at right now. Now we gotta talk about the next impressive thing with this laptop, and that's actually the battery life. Now, you wouldn't expect the battery life to be that strong on a device that's this thin, because like, where would you put all that battery? But it does a really good job thanks to, of course, again, that Snapdragon processor. And I feel pretty confident that you can get all day usage out of this guy. Of course, depending on how you use it. If you're using it for web browsing and, you know, just surfing, that kind of thing. Honestly, you wouldn't use this laptop for anything like super crazy, no crazy rendering like Photoshop. That's not what this machine is about. But I think for just average everyday use, I think a full day, you can pretty much count on that. And actually the standby time isn't bad either. Like, if I forget to charge it at night, I'm not gonna worry that this thing is gonna be completely drained in the morning. That is definitely not something you can count on with every laptop out there. There have been plenty of laptops that forget to charge it at night, you come back and the thing's pretty much dead. Not a concern here, which makes me feel really good. Now, this thing also has USB ports, so it's a very common way to charge it. I think at this point, most of us are walking around with some kind of USB-C cable and adapter. So being able to plug this in and charge it is actually really simple. And actually, hold on one second, guys. So check out the charger that this thing comes with. Looks like something you would see from a regular Galaxy device. So you're not gonna have to worry about carrying around some big bulky charger. This is all it takes to get this thing all charged up. So if you wanted to use this to charge your device and maybe even your phone, all you need is just this. And that actually makes me feel really good, not to walk around with some big crazy brick, because that can get annoying really fast. But like I said, this can give you pretty much all day battery life. Now, I am using this with the Windows Edge browser, like the new one. I think it's pretty safe to say Chrome can do some damage to a battery. So the Microsoft Edge browser, which is actually pretty solid, has been making this thing hold up really well. So battery life and the things, I'm pretty impressed considering it's this thin. But guys, those are my favorite features on the new Galaxy Book S. It's actually a really solid device considering its form factor. You get instant on, LTE connection anywhere. It is definitely one of those sleeper products that you might not hear much about, but if you get your hands on one of them, you'll be pleasantly surprised. And I'm not gonna lie, being able to pair it with the S20 as I've been doing like my S20 coverage has been a pretty smooth experience. So if you guys are interested in picking it up or at least just learning more, I have links down below in the description for you guys to check it out. And again, thanks to Qualcomm for sponsoring today's video. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be the cool guy or girl that gives this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace.